What is up, my thrifty friends? Tabs here from the Urban Goddess Shop. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we're going to do a quick talk about Canada Post strike, Stallion, and kind of what are my thoughts and my plans with my business through these challenging times right now. And I think it's extremely challenging for us Canadians because we are being hit from both sides of the border with our businesses. So if you are a US citizen, this video has no relevancy, I think, to you. But if you want to listen to the struggles that Canadians have today, yeah, I invite you to listen in. So Canada Post is on week 2 of strike, and what this means is that they're not processing, accepting, delivering, doing anything with packages. This is causing some really big issues for all businesses in Canada that use Canada Post, and especially us resellers that are selling on Poshmark, because Poshmark only uses Canada Post. They don't have any alternative shipping methods. So it's been difficult because we all have these orders that are just sitting there now starting to be canceled, and we have no way of getting them anywhere. I feel like there's been quite a bit of silence from Poshmark. They did put out an email that I received 20 minutes before recording this video that they are looking into other options, but it does take time, I think, to do all the back end work and get everything aligned up. I do think they were probably hoping that this would get resolved within a week, that it wouldn't keep going on. Last time there was a long postal strike, I think it went a month, and that wouldn't be good. I think we could pretty much say goodbye to the rest of our fourth quarter sales if this postal strike doesn't get resolved in the next 2 weeks. After that, I think you're going to be doing clear out Boxing Day sales. You know what I mean? Your full price sales will probably be less. Everyone's going to be looking for a deal because retail is offering like up to 70% discounts after Christmas for a couple weeks. So yeah, it's been challenging for sure. I have heard a lot of resellers just going through hard times. Reselling is their main source of income, and some of them, even Poshmark's the only platform they sell on, which I think is very dangerous. If you are a business owner and you're running your reselling business like a business, you need to diversify. I feel like I've spoken about this quite a few times, so I don't want to, do a whole dive on it again, but you need to have your eggs in more than one basket. Putting your business, your mortgage, your kids, your livelihood into the hands of Poshmark, I don't think is a really good choice. I don't think it's a smart business decision. So from one business owner to another, I recommend that at this point, you start to diversify. I think the easiest one to kind of go to would be eBay, because generally the same items are selling on both platforms. Depop is a little bit more niche-y, and same with Etsy, but both are also really good examples of platforms that you could start selling on. You could also list your items onto Facebook Marketplace and sell them there. I have seen a lot of things coming up on Facebook Marketplace. I think some of the local sellers in my area are starting to list more over there to try and keep things moving. But yeah, it's an option. I think that if you have no other source of income, this is your sign to diversify your business. If you choose not to diversify your business, then that's your choice. You have the choice to kind of get yourself out of this situation, get some money flowing. I guess, how do I word this? I refuse to sit in like the negative space. I'm a problem solver. I'm a solution finder. So if something isn't working, I'm always like, okay, how do I figure this out? Okay, what's my next pivot? Okay, what do I need to start working on? And for me right now, I need to start watering my eBay grass more for sure. I have seen sales coming through. If you didn't see my last What Sold video, I'll pop that up here. But yeah, eBay has a higher ASP than any other platform for me, and that's including Poshmark Canada and Poshmark US. So that being said, if you are going to start cross-listing your items, I recommend the software by POSH SIDEKICK. Very easy to use. I've had no issues. I cross-list everything from my Canadian closet to my US closet to eBay, and it's very seamless, takes a few minutes, no problem. And I think you can even like mass upload your listings to your inventory there and then cross-list them over. So yeah, I do recommend, if that's something you're thinking about, head over to Posh Sidekick, their Instagram, not their Instagram, sorry, their Facebook page. They have one for Posh Sidekick users and they have a ton of information there. Also, I do have a link below. I am an affiliate, and if you want to sign up, use my link. I get a little kickback and I always appreciate that. So thank you guys. Next will be Stallion. Ugh, it's like when something goes wrong, everything goes wrong. And it's been challenging few weeks because we were told by Stallion, I say we, but anyone that's using Stallion to get their packages into the US from Canada. And they sent out kind of a, I'm going to call it like a threatening email that they were no longer going to be transporting packages, that there was laws or like border regulations that changed, and that we would have to order our shipping labels through them and no other third-party shipping labels would work. It just like kind of didn't make sense. I did have a couple other resellers that were shipping with DYK that said there was no issues with DYK. I did reach out to DYK myself and they said they had no issues with it. They weren't sure why Stallion was doing this. Now this was like a week ago. And they also said that I could ship my packages there, same as what I was doing for Stallion. So I don't have a local drop off for Stallion. I have to ship my packages from Saskatoon to Calgary, and then they take them across the border. Now, DYK is a little bit more money per package. Also, the courier cost to get my packages to DYK is a little bit more, but if Stallion doesn't step up and doesn't continue their services, that's just what I'm going to have to do. So I'll just have to factor it into my pricing. Maybe I don't give as good of deals on the items and I'll just make the money up in my sales, right? It's not like huge amounts. It's just not as cheap as Stallion. So fast forward to today, not even today, I guess Monday, Stallion sent out another email stating that they were extending it because what they're trying to do is they're trying to get Poshmark to work with them and purchase the shipping labels through them so they get a bigger cut. Unfortunately, Poshmark doesn't work with anyone. That's the reality. They are not going to make app changes to accommodate a group of people or a group of sellers. And I'm going to say we're a pretty small group of sellers on the Poshmark US app. Anyone that tells you that like we hold a big amount on the Posh US, that's a lie. We do not. We are a drop. There is what, like 2 or 3 million users on the Canadian side, and I think there's like 60 million users on the US side. There is way more US sellers than there is Canadian sellers. So that being said, I didn't think that Poshmark was gonna bend a knee to them and work with them. So now it appears that Stallion is maybe going back on it, and now they're allowing the packages. They did say things may be held up. My advice, and I found this on the DYK website, is that there's certain things you cannot import across the border, and you should know for your province which of those items will be held up at the border. For example, I saw like sunglasses, food products. There was a couple things that will probably get held at the border. So I would familiarize yourself with those. That way you're not running risk. But I sell clothing, shoes, purses, that kind of stuff. I've never had any issues with my packages being held at the border and not released. So I'll just continue doing what I'm doing. Now, I do have some credit with Stallion, so I'm gonna try and use up that credit. I have been toying with trying DYK and maybe even just trying DYK for the video, for a video purpose. But right now, looking at it from a business standpoint, Stallion is cheaper on the courier cost for me, plus the individual per package. Also, it's quite smooth to use with the interface. So I think I'm going to continue using Stallion until it doesn't work. And when it stops working or I start having issues, then I'm going to just switch to DYK. But for anyone that's upset or feels like they don't have any options, DYK is an option I feel like for everyone. If I can use it and I don't have a courier in my province, I feel like anyone can use it. May it cost you a little bit more money? It might, but it doesn't mean that it's not an option and that you can't figure it out in your business. So I'm going to go back to, I'm a problem solver. I don't believe in like, this is it, close it up. I'm forever pivoting in my business and finding new ways to make money, be successful, continue making sales. So what have I changed in my business? I would say the last 3 weeks, I actually just haven't listed very many items, but it's more of a time thing for me. I make majority of my sales on POSH Canada right now. So with the strike being on, I have been prioritizing that time and effort into other areas of my life. So yeah, I kind of am fluid with my time and effort and stuff. And it has only been 2 weeks for the strike. So for me, I have a bit of cushion in my business where I allot for good and bad months. Now, obviously, I don't usually prepare for zero sales going through and shipping, but I am prepared for those slower months. Yeah, it's tough. This isn't supposed to be a slower month. This typically is not a slow month for me, but I did compare my sales to last year for last month, and they are down with, I believe, similar amount of listings going up. I find in November, December, I typically list less, and I think it's just because of the time of season. We start to enter our ski season. Christmas time, I just have a lot of things going on. I have to try and get my shopping done during the week. Just been busy with the kids. So yeah, my time is just a little bit more limited to my business. So it is, my sales might be down. I'm probably listing less too. It's hard for me to give like direct data. And I guess my next what's sold video will factor that in. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on and kind of chat with you guys and say, you know, we're all in the same boat. I think this is another reason why I cannot foresee myself having Poshmark as a sole income for our household because of these reasons right now. But I could see reselling income being a sole income. If it was my sole income, I would diversify definitely to other platforms. I would be selling on at least 1 to 2 other platforms. It's not my sole income. I do work at the hospital. I also do my mediumship, which has been really busy too. So yeah, it's a piece of the pie, right? It's a piece of the pie. And I do feel the effect of the decrease in sales, but financially, I will still be okay. If you are in that position where this is going to have an impact on your family, your mortgage, Christmas for your kids, it is time to make some changes, okay? Like, it is time. There is no better time than right now to implement some changes. And if you're not making sales on POSH Canada, maybe hold off processing new listings for a week or two and put that effort into learning a second platform, learning how it works, getting your shipping set up, and moving forward with that. If you are looking to sell on eBay, I really recommend Kaylee Elaine. She has so much content on eBay and how to succeed being an eBay seller. She's an amazing person. I've followed her since I started reselling. I don't say I used to, but when I first started, I really looked up to her as a reseller and as a YouTuber. So yeah, she's a good place to start, and I have linked her before in my videos. So I hope this gives you some food for thought, some ideas, also gives you that little nudge to make some changes if you need to make changes. And just know this too shall pass. Nothing lasts forever. These are the ups and downs of owning our own businesses. And I wish that everything was always on an upward climb and everything was always great, but I feel like as a business owner, we have challenges, and we're going to have a challenge right now. I don't see it getting better immediately when shipping starts. I think there's going to be still some issues with backlog and the amount of people trying to get all their items through. Like, we are, I think, as like companies that ship, we're also kind of like a drop in a bucket of all the Canadian businesses that rely on Canada Post for shipping. And I know Pure Later and FedEx and UPS can be quite expensive if you start to go long distances. But yeah, okay, well, that's all I got to say. I hope it helps you guys. I hope it gives you some little pieces of information. Let's try not to get caught in the negativity, because it can really bring you down. It can really affect other areas of your life. So there are things that are out of our control, which is Canada Post strike, but the things we have control of is how we run our business. So take control, start cross-listing, start another platform, and find ways to make sales. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out of here. This is just my little pep talk. And if you're looking for automation or cross-listing software, I recommend POSH SIDEKICK. I have links down below. I've been using them for almost 2 years now. Wow. And yeah, I really like their services. I've tried 3 and they are the ones that really, I think, meet all of my needs. Also exceed my expectations. I have been let down in the past by software, and I just feel like SIDEKICK, they always have new little things. They're always trying to help us make more money, which I can appreciate totally. All right, I'm gonna head out of here. I am wishing you guys so many sales, lots and lots of sales. Hopefully the strike ends. Here's my magic finger, strike ends. Stallion keeps working and we're all good making money for the next month, okay? Let's just set out the intention and the energy that we're all gonna make money in December. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for listening. Bye.